start with stock up. Who's moving up for you?
Lamar Jackson is moving up, and he's moving up because I think the buzz is building in the right direction. We've heard Lamar Jackson's name tied to the right teams, the New England Patriots, the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm beginning to think that there's some legitimate interest in the first round for Lamar Jackson. And when I look at Lamar Jackson, what I see is a dynamic athlete, an electric playmaker, a guy who is a true dual threat. Back-to-back years, 3,400 passing yards, over 1,500 rushing yards. You just don't see that kind of production. And even though he needs to refine his game from the pocket, he is such an explosive player that I can see why teams are willing to consider him and why some teams may build an offense around his talents.
Bucky, Lamar Jackson might have the most intrigue out of any player that I'm looking forward to watching when it comes to the draft. And I hope we see him go in the first round, and I hope he goes to a team that will just go all in on him and put him in a position to succeed, because that's going to be exciting. I'm going to go quarterback as well, and I'm going to go stock up on Luis Perez.
Ooh, love it.
Out of Texas A&M Commerce, right? So this is interesting because his stock started from the
at the bottom.
Absolute. This is like started from the bottom. Now we're here. Like, and when I say here, we are not here in terms of a first round, second round. He may not even be a seventh round pick. He may be a priority free agent. But I'm telling you, this dude went from what DJ told us, a high school bowler,
Unbelievable story.
Bowler. He was like ninth on the depth chart.
Not playing in his JUCO. Finally got an opportunity. Had a 300-yard game. Finally got in. Goes off, and now you see him, and now he's
the Harlan Hill winner as the best player in Division II football. He was at the NFLPA Collegiate All-Star Game, and he was the starter for his squad. So he beat out other guys that were FBS guys to start there. And I know he's been training with one of my buddies, Tony Rassiopi, up in New Jersey. So stock is on the way up, and that's based on where it started. And I look forward to seeing Luis Perez get a shot somewhere in the NFL. All right, for every stock up, we got to go stock down. So hit me.
I'm going to go with the quarterback, Josh Rosen. And I can't understand it, but Josh Rosen appears to be sliding for whatever reason. When I look at him, he's the natural. He has the cleanest pocket mechanics of any quarterback in this draft. He has the arm talent that traditionally is associated with franchise quarterbacks that have played in the league for the last 25 to 30 years. He's accurate. He throws with timing, touch, and anticipation. But two things are really hurting him in this process. His personality. People wonder, can they get along with the guy? Does he love football enough? And then the durability. Concussions, shoulder, you just worry, is he going to be a guy that can be a guy that you count on week in, week out to be your starter? I believe he's going to be a superstar. But when it comes to draft position, he may go behind Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold. He may be the fourth quarterback to come off the board, and that's shocking based on his talent.
Man, well, you know what? It worked out for Aaron Rodgers to not be to watch him fall a little bit, and if that's truly the case, somebody's going to get a good one in Josh Rosen, and he's going to go to maybe a better situation,
which make it even better.
Right. Okay. So my stock down is Calvin Ridley, and before you go crazy here, it's stock down not because of anything he's done or because of anything that I'm hearing. Right. I'm not plugged in like you and DJ are, but this is for two reasons. One, because I feel like Courtland Sutton's stock is up.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a chance that the Dallas Cowboys take Courtland Sutton over Calvin Ridley, then this would give some of that stock down credence. But how about let's also take a look at it from a historical perspective. Even just looking at Alabama wide receivers, he's not getting the same buzz that Amari Cooper got.
Nope.
He's not getting the same buzz that Julio Jones got. Even like historically top 10 wideouts, we're talking about Calvin Johnson's, we're talking about A.J. Green's. As number one wideouts in the class, he doesn't carry that torch that way. And then also we go back and look at the first-round wideouts last year. We're talking about Mike Williams, we're talking about John Ross, and we're talking about
Corey
Davis. They were virtual non-factors last year.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is a guy we're not even talking about in the top 10 range, then what does that say about this class and about the top guy in this class?
Well, the one thing about Calvin Ridley with those guys that you mentioned at the top, he doesn't have those dimensions physically.
Right.
Those guys, Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson, they were freaks.
Those are ones
on the perimeter. But that is also why they went in the top five.
Right.
With Calvin Ridley, what you're talking about is a route runner, a smooth route runner, but he's a little light. Under 190 pounds is typically not what you want your number one receivers to be. However, I think he is a polished route runner. I think he does a really good job of creating separation. Needs to be a little more consistent catching the ball, and that is hurting him too in the process.
Yeah.
Also, the recent emergence of Cortland Sutton and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
People talking about those two guys, you begin to get the sense that maybe, just maybe, some teams value those other two guys a little more than Calvin Ridley.
I love how smooth that dude is, and I can't wait to watch him on Sundays. So I'm not saying that he's gonna slip, but just historically speaking, I think you can kind of see why the stock might be down.